everyone, it's Nicole Wilkins with FitnessRx for Women. This is my next question and answer segment where I took your questions from Facebook and I'm going to answer them for you today. The first question I have is, how many hours after a meal should I wait before a weigh-in to get an accurate weight? To get an accurate weight, make sure that you do not eat before you step on the scale. Whenever you increase your water or your food intake, your weight will go up throughout the day. So when you first roll out of bed, before you eat anything or drink anything, that is the most accurate time to weigh yourself. There are some times where my weight will be 4 to 5 pounds heavier at night before I go to bed, but it's just from the water and the food that I ate during the day. I am recovering from a knee injury, torn meniscus with no surgery. How can I strengthen my quads and glutes effectively? Try to do things that keep you stable. So start with leg press, where you're not having to worry about, losing your balance as if you were during a barbell squat. Also, make sure that you don't add too much weight. So if it hurts to do a squat with dumbbells or a barbell, just try to do a basic squat first. But squats, lunges, leg extensions, really light, and just getting the full range of motion, squeezing at the top will help speed up the recovery and help increase the quadricep muscles, and it'll increase the blood flow to the area, which will speed up the recovery. Just make sure you don't do anything that causes pain. The next question is, do you eat protein bars? I notice they are loaded in calories and sugar, so I have been avoiding them. Do you think they are healthy? Pure protein is one of the bars that I recommend, but a lot of the bars are definitely loaded in sugar. They have about 30 grams of sugar in some of them, which is basically a glorified candy bar just with added protein. So if the sugar is lower, a lot of times the fat is higher. I only would recommend a protein bar if you're in a pinch. So if you're in a place where you can't bring food with you cooked, or if you're at a game, it's easy to put in your purse. So that would be the time that I would recommend having a bar, but keep those to a limited quantity. What do you think about sugar-free sweeteners such as stevia and xylitol? Do they bloat you? What are the pros and cons? Stevia is the one sweetener that I do recommend. It comes in, it's a natural form of a sweetener versus, Sweet and Low or Splenda. Xylitol I use when I cook, but if I have too much xylitol, it causes a lot of gassing and bloating, so I try to avoid that. But xylitol gum isn't bad, so I try to avoid sweeteners as much as possible, but if I were to choose one, it would be stevia. And the last question I have is, have you ever suffered from fitness injuries? And if so, how did you deal with it both physically and mentally? What are some good exercises if dealing with an annoying shoulder? Well, if you're training really hard, you're bound to have some aches and pains sometimes. It's good to know when you need to start backing off and not to push it to make it worse. Know that if you are smart about the situation and listen to your body because it's telling you something, that you won't hurt it worse and have to take even longer of a break. The break can be a very short period of time if you rehab it correctly and take your time. Mentally, it's challenging because you want to still work out and you feel like you're going to revert back to being out of shape, or you're going to lose your muscle. And if I were you, if it's your upper body that's injured, I would still go to the gym and do lower body, or do the things that you still can do, work around it, and that'll help you keep you sane because you'll still be able to go to the gym. As far as the shoulder, some good exercises with an annoying shoulder, it really depends on what area of your shoulder is hurting, but some things that I recommend are internal and external rotator cuff exercises. That will help strengthen the little muscles and increase your stability and hopefully help increase your strength as well. So internal and external is basically keeping your elbow by your side and curling in or out. So it's this movement here. So sometimes I'll lay on my side and do them with a little dumbbell, or I'll have a band and hook it to a pole and do it that way. So that way you're working both for all the little muscles in the rotator cuff. So hopefully that helps you guys out. Those are the questions I have for this week. Keep asking your questions on Facebook, and I'll be back every Friday to answer them for you. Until next time, keep living the fit life.